Loud. All right, so one and a two, and we're going to do. So, welcome to the very first episode of Star 80, a celebration of 80 gowns, 80 dolls, and 80 years. And we're going to do something a little different because we have Armando Perez, who is a Diana Ross and the Supremes fan, coming in from, you're from the West Coast, correct?
Yes.
And anyway, so our viewers don't need to wear exactly where you are. And we have about 244 viewers when I put this on TikTok. And who knows how many people, how many algorithms will attract. But anyway, so
Wow.
I'm going to show all the 240 something people that look at my TikToks. It's 6:32 on the East Coast, and there's the logo of Diana Ross or Star 80, and that was influenced by, or you made quite an impression with all the posts that you do on Facebook. And your collection is it's nonpartisan in that you like everything Supremes. And Diana Ross is a major part of the Supremes. And you had a caricature of Diana Ross that I thought I was done making Diana Ross puppets, and because I've made so many over the years, but I was so inspired by that beautiful rendering that I just had to do it one more time. And so, and of course, that one more time became 144, and now it's 43, but I made it down to 80, and then it's basically 81 because I did the YSL gown because I couldn't resist. And I saw a new gown with stars, and so I have to do that one too. So the 145 now that have there, really there will be a top 80. But we're going to deep dive into the Star 80 before I show any of the dolls. I want to just ask you, Armando, a Star 80 deep dive beyond the Supremes classic, which lesser known Diana Ross song holds a special place in your heart and why? If you could tell people watching this, what song does it for you? It's not really a major hit that she has. Do you have one? First thing.
I learned recently that Brown Baby was originally, I could be mistaken, recorded by Nina Simone, which was new to me, but I love Miss Ross's version of that particular cover.
Right. Well, I
Just
knew it was somebody else covered it, but she kind of merged it with Save the Children by Marvin Gaye. So Brown Baby Save the Children medley from Touch Me the Moon. That's my favorite Diana Ross album, by the way. So it's interesting that you say that. That is a gorgeous song, and you really can sense her purpose in that song Brown Baby, and that what it means. So those of us that don't know the song, you may want to go on Spotify, YouTube, stream it. Maybe it'll go number one, because I mean, if Murder on the Dance Floor could make it to 98, I think Brown Baby could chart in the Hot 100. I do. I think anything is possible through streaming. So great answer. Do you want to tell us why you like that song? Any reason? Brown Baby?
there's just something mesmerizing in her phrasing, the
Mhm.
way she sings it. I just find it absolutely beautiful.
Well, that album to me is really special. The I had this distinct privilege of actually working with Shirley Matthews, who really with Clyde King and Vanetta Fields, they did all the vocal arrangements, particularly on that album. But there's three songs that this guy Michael something just left the production, so they just had Ross's vocals and the instrumentals, but no backing. And so you hear Shirley, Clyde, and Vanetta singing on All of My Life, Leave a Little Room. And of course, Shirley, Clyde, and Vanetta sang on the Deke Richards one, We Need You, because they also did Deke. And well, anyway, Deke has a when he was living, he had a long history with Shirley Matthews, as did Frank Wilson. Little fun fact there. So great. So number two, Star 80 of the evolutionary enigma. Okay, from Motown girl group to disco diva to Oscar nominee legend, and of course, Dinah has two Grammys now, one Tony, a Golden Globe, and she does have Emmy nominations. But she's a legend, and she's now the face of YSL. Which era of Dinah's career resonates most with you, and how would you define how has she defined this herself throughout the years? What part of her career, if I can break it down for you, but tell me what part of Diana Ross's career really is like, oh my gosh, that's the time capsule that I like. In this 80 years that we're celebrating of her life, March 26th is her 80th birthday. What is the focal point of that you think, okay, this is the era that I like.
I am very partial to her Supremes era and the first decade of her solo career. And I'm talking like the transition from Flo to Cindy era, that particular era. I just love
67.
the tonality of her voice. Yeah, her interpretation of a lot of songs. And then the solo years, especially the 70s. I remember Andre Leon Talley, I guess I have to paraphrase this quote, Diana Ross absolutely ruled the 70s.
She did. And I must say that, her phrasing, Donna Summer, actually, when she was alive, when they did Divas 2000, Donna Summer said that Diana Ross's voice really resonated with her in 67 with Reflection, even though Florence was on it. Her phrasing really did change. And, so did the gowns. And when Cindy came in, there really was a confidence in Diana. And of course, it was really the Blackberries, which was the Blackberries are Shirley Matthews, Clyde King, and Vanetta Fields. They were on the background on No Matter What Sign You Are. It's obvious. And the Andantes were on the back of like I'm Living in Shame. They were the Supremes and I'm Living in Shame. But you really can hear the difference in like the Funny Girl album because Shirley Matthews is singing with Clyde King as the Supremes in the Funny Girl album, and then they recently released it up. But there is a confidence in her voice, definitely from the transition from Flo to Cindy, 67. And I totally feel you. The mixes in the 1970 and 1979 albums are really taut and tight too. I was just listening to Ross, the 1978 one with a cigarette, and I really it's just mixed so well, and it's important how a mix is. All right, on to the next question. Star 80 fashion and flair. Diana's iconic style is undeniable. Which of her looks, from the gowns to the sequins, truly you know, here is her essence to you. So this is like going to be the yes, no. Okay. So I'm going to show you 7 dolls that were on the Christmas tree in the Star 80 tree that I talked about with Davenport. And I'm talking about it with you. And you helped me select the drink. So this is number 1. Yes or no? Does it resonate with you on Armando?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That was, of course, circa 1990, spring 1991 fashion show. Gautier?
Mugler.
Mugler. I get them all.
Mugler.
I'm and I was once an aspiring fashion designer, but I don't have the kill to do that. But I like making puppets of okay, this is a Mackie. Yes, does it resonate with you? You saw it in 2008, and then it was and first introduced during the Red Hot Rhythm and Blues tour when she was pregnant with Ross, the first son, with yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Never mind the what do you call, okay, here we go. This is number 3. This was on the tree. This is circa 2022, the summer. No, the branding, Star 80. I totally ripped off Live at Caesar's Pavlers 1974 with the Devastating Affair backs Diana in this concert album. Does this gown resonate with you? This is a yes, no. It's no sin. Oops. There's no sin in not liking this gown. Does it resonate with you? Oops. Turn your microphone on so we can hear you. It's okay. This is your second time Zooming. It's all good. We need you. No pun intended. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Can you turn your sound on? Okay, because I want to hear you. So just turn your mic on. So I'm going to record. This is
Okay.
going to be an interesting. We won't edit this, but I'm self-editing. Does this gown or this Bob Mackie it's basically a redo from Like Hep. Does it resonate with you? Return to Love 2000, and she wore it in 2002. Do you like it? Yes, no?
Yes.